Melusi's at 24. It's pretty big. Kind of see what he has. It's probably gonna be Wrath of Brocklon. Question is how much values he get. You can start doing stuff with Veteran now too. There she is.
Seen it all already, and then some.
Heal this by 1. Damage this by 1, so just to heal this turn. We'll just boost her up, I guess. I don't think it's a 32-point gourd. And in fact, it's not. GG. Today I want to look at Self Wound, because with so many games being against Stockpile Siege, I wanted to play a deck that actually has a pretty good matchup. Not many decks do, but I think this does, so let's take a look at it. We're in the Mask of Ouroboros, you just discard whatever card is your worst one. We're not running Discard Package. The reason we're not running Discard Package is because I want to run Cerys Fearless. If you run Cerys Fearless, I don't think the Discard Package is amazing, just because you run the risk of pulling her into your hand every time you draw a card and discard. So that's really the only reason we're going no Discard Package. I want to try out Cerys Fearless, and I don't think they go well together. So, we have the Fuchsia and the Melusine. These are obviously really good cards. Melusine, everyone knows you bring her back. Remember back in the days we made the 3-round Melusine deck, and it wasn't common to play Melusine a bunch of times yet? Yeah, those were fun days. But now, everyone knows. We have the Cerys Fearless. Like I said, she thins your deck. You can use her ability to heal an ally and damage another ally. Combos really well with stuff like Not the Callous, like Sigvald, with Melusine, and obviously the Tier Check Veteran, so you can do quite a bit of good stuff with Cerys. Real Decree finds any of our key cards. Really good searcher. We have the Covenant of Steel. So Covenant of Steel, Defender is really nice. I like throwing her down round 1 to protect the Melusine, but she's a lot of good uses. If you do that, you want to revive her round 3 though, so it's up to you how to use her. She's really good. Then we are running Becker's Dark Mirror. So usually you just run the Restore, I think. Becker's Dark Mirror is like a win more card, but I want to try out its flexibility in the deck. It's certainly pretty good. Restore has the same value on your damaged Melusine, right? It heals it, and then, oops, that's not Restore. It heals it and then boosts it by the amount it was healed. That's the same as Dark Mirrors. If it's damaged, boost by double the amount it's damaged. It comes out to the same thing, so Restore is better for that. But Becker's Dark Mirror has a couple extra use cases. You can use it on a boosted enemy unit to kill it. That's quite fun, especially against stuff like hand buff. You can get big kills with the Dark Mirror that way. And you can also use it on your own Sigvald. So you play Sigvald, you hit him with a couple of your Mardromes, he gets pretty big, and then you hit him with the Dark Mirror. It would damage him by double the amount it's boosted, right? So say you boosted it by 10, it would damage it by 20, and then you get plus 20 bleeding on your Sigvald. So that's quite good. It's more of a win more in that situation, but it actually has several uses, so I want to try it out in here. And I had 8 provisions free. I didn't feel like running Roach plus Knickers in here, so I'll go with this. Symbiosis is right to bring back whatever your key card is. It can be whatever. If you had a Purify card, you could go for 3 rounds of something like Sigvald. I wouldn't recommend it, because it'd probably get answered in the beginning, but you could do something like that if you could Purify off the Doomed. We're not running a Purify in this deck. Not the Callous and Sigvald. The complete Sigvald got a 1 provision nerf, guys. Remember that? I have no idea why this card is. I don't know, man. This card's ridiculous. But not the Callous in here to combo with him. Very good. You also combo this with something like Melusine if you got your Dark Mirror or your heal cards in hand. It's pretty good. I mentioned Sigvald here. Sigvald's kind of crazy. We have Bride of the Sea. You bring back your Mardrome, you bring back your Mahakamail. If you have Rain Out from Melusine, you can do Blessing or Restore, which is interesting. But usually you're just going to be getting out a Mardrome to hit something with again. Still really good value, though. Vermian finds any of these alchemies we need. Also can find our Syndicate's Right. Finding Right is really useful. Sometimes it's really key, because you need to revive cards in this deck. You need to bring back either Defender, your Melusine. You need to bring something back to get value again. So having ways to find it's really key. The Field card here, really strong. Comes down, you hit it with leader charges, boom, you got a 12. You can bring that back with your right as well if you need to. Restored combo here with stuff. mostly with your Melusine, but if Melusine gets answered, you can use it with anything. You've got your Maxi. Make sure our deck's in the right order. Without the discard package, we need to make sure we get all our cards, although, to be fair, doesn't always happen with the discard package anyway. One Freya's Blessing, because replaying the right bronze at the right time is really good. We have 2 veterans, 2 priests. Could cut maybe a veteran here. I really like the priest, but maybe a veteran would be fine to cut. I just like having 2, because they're really key. The only real problem with veteran is running into Nilfgaard, because when they illusionist the Cerys veteran and it comes back with 1 power, he fully heals. So it's a 12-point play on every illusionist. So when we're running against Nilfgaard, just don't play this card. Then with the priests, like we mentioned, they're really good for engine value. Combo them, they damage stuff. It's really nice. 2 Mardromes, they're mostly for Sigvald, but you can also hit Armored Drakar. It's good value on either target. Then we have Mahakam Ale, because the only thing that really bothers us with our Sigvald is outside of a Heat Wave or a Indication, and hopefully heal behind it. The Defender will take that for us, so they don't have it. The only other real answer they have is a lock, usually, and then you remove the lock with the Ale. Really nice. Worth mentioning, by the way, that Ornate Sensor is a huge problem for this deck, but we're targeting Siege, and they don't run it, so hopefully we don't have that problem here. But if you do run into a deck you think is running Ornate Sensor, try to save your leader charges to damage something down to 1 round 3, and hopefully that'll give you at least a chance of surviving the Ornate Sensor. And with 2 Armored Drakars I mentioned, they're really good combos with the Priest, good with Mardrome, and then we've got the Squirrel to banish a card from the opponent's graveyard. So, this is the deck. It should be pretty decent. Hopefully run into a bunch of Siege players and make them regret having so many games against me the other day. I don't really hate them, guys. It's just annoying when the same deck's every game. Looks like we're going to be up against Reckless Flurry. Okay. Against Kripparrian. For some reason, I don't think it's the real Kripparrian. Pretty funny if it was, but for some reason I'm a little skeptical. If this is the... Let's fix our hand real quick here. Actually, this is pretty decent. I'm not sure about 2 Mardromes. We don't go too tall against this deck. I don't need this right now. That's not the card we want to see. Really not the card we want to see. Okay, anyway. Against Self-Wound, or as Self-Wound against this, if he's playing the Aerondight deck, Tempo deck, then I think we're okay. It's kind of what it looks like it is. It could still be Golden Necker. You see it occasionally. But I think we opened the Drakar here. Very nice. Oh, by the way, we're not running Giga Scorpion Decoction in this deck. You'd have to take the Dark Mirror and then get a second 6-version card. Like drop a 4, maybe the Mahakam Ale, and then you get a 6. Maybe you put in a Dregory of Old for a lock. You could do that as well. Really don't have a good hand here, by the way. Don't like drawing Cerys. But I've been trying to redraw a little bit more aggressively, because too often we don't do that. Going for discarding here. Doesn't tell us too much yet. Other than he had a pretty good hand. Okay, so this is probably the Aerondight deck. Probably the Aerondight deck. We'll play a Priest here. I'm expecting it to die, but we do have a second Priest. Also, this Mardrome coming up. He's going to seize it. There's the Roach. Basically what we expected here. We're going to play Maxi. Because we're going to pass next turn, and let's see how our deck's doing. Oh, Sigvald being the bottom card. It's not really good. Let's put... I don't think we're going to need... Well, we could hit Aerondight round 2, actually. Let's just put a Veteran on the bottom. Basically, at this point, he's doing exactly what he wants for his deck. We're just going to have to see if we can survive it. If you guys have the Morkvarg too here. Oh, he had all 3 discard fodders. Didn't draw Roach or Knickers. Must be nice. Must be nice. Alright, so we're going to put Cerys back. The thing is, Junod kills our Melusine every time, so we need to replay her more than once. Even if we get her, that is. Let's put this back. We've got some cards here which are pretty decent. Let's go back Marjoram, I think. Without Ursine or Sigvald, we're going to have trouble winning if he pushes hard. Which it looks like he wants to. I think we'll play our Covenant of Steel here. I'm guessing this will get Junotted, but then we can bring it back potentially and protect something else. Or at least not have Junot hit something bigger later on, like Ursine. We also haven't determined if this is Golden Necker or not, but I'm pretty sure he's just going to Junot this. Oh yeah, it's not Golden Necker, he played Eagle's Muzzle. That's nice at least. We know that's gone. I don't really want to revive it right this second. Let's just Freya's Blessing, bring back our Drakkar. Then maybe we can get this priest going. We Ermion into the, what's it called? The Marjoram gives us a bunch of points. And also Ermion into the Ale if we don't do the other one. He might pass here. So I'm trying to figure out how many points we get. This will give us 2, 4. So we just need 8 points. There's the Aerondight. So we could Fukusha. Sadly, we don't have our squirrel. Fukusha gives us those turns of rain, which is why I'm thinking about it here. I think we do want to do that. Bring back the priest here. We're going to need this engine value. And this should help, because we want the round to end pretty fast here, because we don't want to play too many of these cards here. It's sort of a problem we don't have anything good to use with our leader charges in this turn. So he's going to kill that. He's pushing for a big advantage here. We still have right. The problem is we don't have access to our units. Let's do this. I think... Do we have to go for a reset on him? What's the chance he kills it if we do? This is gone, and Judo, it's gone. And Yalmar's gone. I think we do. I think we do this. And then we just use Not the Callous on this Drakkar repeatedly. We'll just keep doing this. We actually could play a pretty big Alchemy here. Good Blessing back, but we don't get anything from it. Alright, let's play a Marjoram here. It's not the highest value play. And it's not on the Drakkar, which is annoying, but it gives us the access to it from Bride. If we really need to, we could use Restore here on our Not the Callous. He still has leader charges and stuff. We'll Let's see, what do we want to play other than that? Really want leader charges here for our Vildkarl. So using them is not ideal. We could use them with our Restore. You just have to be careful of a... what's it called? A Heart of Terror. It's not that card. I think our best choice here is just to revive the defender. We want to make sure you don't get hit by that Heart of Terror if he's running it. He might pass it this turn. Alright, he has no more discard fodders. And I think his playlist was scary cards here. Kind of annoying that he didn't have armor, but... You start his Maxi and the Demon Pirate. Or is it Diamond Pirate? I'm not sure. Let's see here. We'll keep doing this. I see no reason not to. And then let's go with... If we Bride Mardrome Covenant, it's probably the play.
Lady of the Seas, daughter of the heavens, accept my sacrifice.
If he has Heart of Terror, you can use it here. Or a big removal card. There's a Heat Wave. That's fine for him. I think we'll go with our Restore on Nut the Callous. We'll have to use leader charges probably. I think that's our best option. He's not falling to 1, so we need 10 points here. Let's strike here. Get our Cerys out. And then we can just kind of play Restore for free here. This will be fine. No, we don't really get to use Cerys, but not the Callous plus Armored Drakkar carrying us that round. We do have to watch out for his leader charges. He does have Aerondight. Question is, does he have something for Sigvald, and do we draw Sigvald? We did draw Sigvald. Drakkar is pretty good. Do you want Dark Mirror? Do we have a way to boost Sigvald's question? Because Dark Mirror is pretty poor. We don't have a way to make him bigger. Of course, he probably will hit our units. Do we think better than these? Field card be really good. Let's see, this is good too, though. Let's look for it. Okay, that's good. So our choices here are either we open, like, Vildkarl. Does he have a way to kill it? Good Aerondight. Aerondight's the scary card. Is he Aerondight Melusine? Let's go Melusine first. If he Aerondights this, he can't get the boost off of it, so he's not going to. So if he has another big removal card, he'll probably use it. And then hopefully we don't have to deal with it on Sigvald. Okay, good. He's going to remove it here.
Sacrifices for Melusine, one and all.
So one of these is Aerondight, and one is a mysterious card. If we discard here and then play Sigvald, do we win the game? I'm trying to think, because if his last card's Aerondight, he has to discard it because he can't hit it on Sigvald. If he hit it on Sigvald, it's nothing. So that's a 0. His leader does nothing. So if his last card's Aerondight, we hold Sigvald for last. The question is, do we risk playing a card here that could get locked? Let's just discard Dark Mirror. If he's smart, he'll... Okay. So his last card's Aerondight. And we play Sigvald and we win.
Life's one never-ending fight.
Should be a GG. Alright, just discard the card or play it. It's up to you. The leader doesn't do anything either. There's the Aerondight. I get 16 bleeding. 19 bleeding. And that's a GG. Sometimes just gotta know win condition. Onslaught. Well, this guy's gonna get infinite armor from us. So the way we deal with that is, we're going first. That's fine, I guess. The way we deal with this is by getting round control and forcing stuff out. Actually, this bronze package really looking good here. Don't need this, though. Alright, this hand's good. The only thing we're missing is Defender. I think I do want multiples of the bronzes. Let's go with this. You can discard the squirrel if you want to. Sometimes these guys run Sunset Wander, which is what we want to look for. Okay, he's not doing that. We'll go with either Melusine or Priest. Let's go Priest first. These decks typically run several Cs and removal cards. We have to watch out that Melusine, well, he could, like, leader, what's the C's card? The last guy played it. Leader plus whatever the card is that seizes. We have to watch out for that combo. It makes it really dangerous to play Melusine without Defender. So I think we'll go for Defender. Without this, it gets really scary to play any of our good cards. He probably has a Heat Wave or something for this. He could also leader and seize it. If he leader seizes it, we can go Melusine. But I think he might have Heat Wave. That's not the worst. We can just play Melusine in that row, which we will do. Really here we just want to have round control without overcommitting.
Kill the sons, steal the lassie.
Second Drakkar is really good. I'm debating if we use the mask at all here. It does thin our deck by one, but these cards might be handy. Like Squirrel's really handy to deal with the stopping from Fukusha and Croc or something. It's really nice for that, but we might just need the tempo more round two. Okay, so we won't use it. It's fine. The reason we do this is we need him to get rid of his... We need to bleed out all the armored cards, especially the finisher. What's the ship that keeps gaining armor? You know which one I'm talking about. Put back Cerys. So we keep Squirrel. I think we don't. Do a Fukusha. Could bring back Melusine. Would get Heat Wave most likely. These decks pretty much always run Squirrel, though. We don't have Right. If he Heat Waves the Melusine, then you can't Heat Wave Sigvald, though. You have to watch out for the Seize card, too. Let's go with the Melusine.
Your descendants for Melusine.
It's probably getting heat waved here. But we really just need to remove all the cards that could stop our Sigvald for round 3. So I basically guarantee he has Squirrel in his deck. Oh, he didn't go with it. Interesting. I'm not sure what that leader charge was for. He's probably setting up for an exact number on one of his cards. Don't mind too much because we can go here. He'll actually help us out with this ping. We only need 1 leader charge then. Maybe he's running Junod too. I wouldn't be surprised if he did. Really, we need to force out his good cards here. Blood Eagle? We'll go with our priest next, I think. What's he doing here?
Turncoats, rats.
I mean, do we just go for the restore now? We could just go for the restore now. I think he's setting up to seize us. That's what he's doing. So we'll go for the restore. If he waves us now, at least we're not getting seized. Vigo's Muzzle, that's the seize card. Really want to fit in this priest at some point.
I promise you a quick death.
Still think he's setting up a seize, by the way.
Fill our hearts with wrath. Demon!
Demon. Okay, Demon. Thank you for telling me how to pronounce your name, card. Do we play Nut the Callous this round? We're ahead by a lot. What can we play? We could play Restore again. That's interesting. With the Bride. But then what do we play first? We're going to do this for sure. What do we do first? Do we want to play Sigvald? I think we play Nut the Callous here. Like this. Start using Cerys next turn. We have so much stuff set up that he can't answer everything. Oh, I didn't mean to use that ping, by the way. Forgot he pinged us once with the ship. We didn't have to ping our Nut the Callous. That was a mistake. So he killed the leader charge now. Whoops. Right here, though, this is the turn I want him to use Vigo's Muzzle. I want that to be gone. Heart of Terror was not as big as he probably anticipated, so he's gonna kill Cerys. That's fine. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna use Melusine's Order here. I'm gonna use Nut the Callous on this guy. Might as well kill this. Then we go into our Bride. And replay Restore for a whole bunch of points.
Free me! Lift me to the skies! Devour me!
He He does have the Terror of the Seas, the ship, which is a whole bunch of tempo. Do we start playing Sigvald is the real question. I think we start using Sigvald. This looks like a 2-0 type of game.
That's the only virtue.
Oh, we should have hit this. Because we could have killed this. With the rain damage. Wasn't thinking. I was concerned with what we're going to use Dark Mirror on. His Terror of the Seas is going to have like 20 armor, by the way. Is this going to be Croc finally? No.
Sacrifices must be made on both sides.
What do you want to move?
Honor and glory.
Alright, so what do we want to do? We've got a 6 here. That's pretty good. I think we just go for it. This is an 18-point boost too. I think we just go for this. We're up by 60. Even with a ton of armor, it's going to be hard for him.
I love the smell of a burning.
Okay. I think he does have enough. Oh, that's right. No. I was thinking he boosted himself by the 22 for some reason. Just played Dark Mirror. We got this. So we found Fruits of Ysgith. This could be interesting. This is probably the Aerondight deck. And if it is, we want to match the round 1 mainly with Melusine. So we actually have a pretty good hand setup for this. Probably don't need 2 Drakars. Oh, not you. I think we can match this round 1. See what we have here. Probably Griffin. If I had to guess. There he is. We'll just go Drakar Priest. He's gonna get a lot of tempo over us. But then we go Melusine. We try and get some engine value here. His engines are gonna be better. Hopefully Melusine we can stop Self-Eaters from getting really big. It'll be a little slow though. That's our problem. Yeah, we can just play Melusine now then. We have 2 units. You definitely need a cultist here. I know the champion's not a cultist, but we can put the priest down next to this for good value. And we need the tempo to keep up. We really want to push round 2 here to deal with all the relics, so we really need round control. It's a she who knows. We can't actually do anything about that, which is very frustrating, other than using our Nut the Callous, which I think's a good idea.
I kneel to Svalblood and Svalblood alone.
Also has the benefit of setting up our Melusine to the Cultist again. We can wait a turn here for the ping on him. Still haven't been able to play this priest. I think we're going to do that next turn. Okay, yeah, we just played the priest. Get our Cerys out as well. Now, since we won that round, we have to push here. Would really like a revive here because probably has a squirrel or something. So we really would like, probably don't need this lock, a way to revive our Melusine. We don't have it. I mean, we could go Ursine right. That's probably the best choice, actually.
Gods protect us.
I'll play Defender. I think it's more likely he has Squirrel than Heatwave. It's Heatwave we're going to hit by it, though. Do have Sigvald. We do want to use Sigvald this round, I think. It's a lot of tempo, but let's go Melusine. Defender. Next turn we play Sigvald. And we'll see if we can 2-0 here. It's going to be a little hard, but we should have a lot of value. We don't need to 2-0, rather. I mean, we want to force out everything. He's probably going to hit this with an Aerondight at some point.
A witch's best friend is a pig, no doubt.
Glory to Svalblood!
Debating if we just boost our Defender here with Mardrome. I don't really want to.
Stars are all the trophies I need.
So if we boost her, we can't boost Sigvald, and boosting Sigvald's better. This is probably an Aerondight turn to kill Defender. I think we start boosting our Sigvald. Yeah, we'll go with the Mardromes here. We'll try and Becker's Dark Mirror on the Sigvald and see if we can't get something good out of that. I don't think he has an answer, actually. So I think this is the turn for Dark Mirror. We would have to kill our veteran, which is annoying. But I think we do it. Or I guess we can kill the bear instead. It says what? Berserk 3, so it takes 4 damage to trigger again. I think it's better we kill that. That's probably better. There's the Triss. It's gonna be really big. That was big enough that I think he's gonna win, actually. Very annoying. Really expect to end an Aerondight here. At least he has to play all of his cards. A revive of Fukusha on the Melusine is probably still enough for round 3. She's a 34. That's definitely good. Question is, do we actually draw her? That's what we're concerned with here. The only card we really want to see in our hands is Fukusha. That's unfortunate. We have a 6-card deck. Didn't get her. That's going to be a GG then. Yep, just didn't draw her. This is where we could have kept Maxi round 2. Nature's Gift.
I will not let this become a second Sodom.
Alright, so this should be interesting. I don't think he's gonna have much stuff to kill. I don't think Squirrel's very useful here either. This is gonna be decent. Would like a Drakkar or something. Mardrum's not bad though. Let's replace it anyway. And we have to match these guys, his engines here. So we'll go Melusine right away. Might even use Sigvald. Depends if we think he's Devotion or not. If he's Devotion, there's no chance of banishing. He's probably Devotion for the new, well, I'm trying to say the wrong word here. The buffed Wrath of Brokilon. So it's probably Devotion, which means Melusine into Sigvald's probably our best choice. Because we can probably revive both of them, at least for 1 round.
My old name? I don't remember. I don't care.
The earth will flow with the blood of Enshe, the blood of elves.
Not sure we want to use both. He's got a movement. It's annoying. Definitely on the more annoying side of things he could be doing right now. Very irritating. Probably getting Nature's Rebuked. If he goes for the Caress, though, it'd be really good for him, too. So he might do that.
At your age, at 2 centuries,
This is probably just too much to keep up with, honestly. Which is annoying. Oh, he's got 5 damage from the cards he discovered. Yeah, there's no way.
Death to Old One.
It's too much. Really annoying. He messed up our whole setup. And now we don't have a boosted Melusine or anything. The question is, does he go long round 3 or not? Does he go long round 3 or not?
The elders must put a stop to this rebellion, else they will face devastation.
Go priest. Let's see what he wants to do. He's going to push at least a little bit. That makes sense.
From you it came, to you it returns.
Maybe bring back Melusine. He's pushing. I think this engine value is going to be kind of key, though. That's fine. Bring this back. That's ahead of, I guess that's ahead on even cards. He's going to play Dryad's Caress now. Or just the boost, that's fine. Play second Drakkar next to Melusine. We don't need to win on even, necessarily. Second Drakkar, this is a lot of engine value here. I could play our Freya's Blessing too, which I kind of like the idea of. Could bring back the priest. Lose out on little engine then, though. Little engine value from the Drakkars. Could also Decree. Is there a unit we want to play here? Could go Bride. I like the Blessing here. Let's do that.
Gods protect us.
Bow before modern Freya.
Fill our hearts with wrath.
And then we can go in with the Wildkarl. Do we go Wildkarl though? Wildkarl's probably good. Question is, do we put him next to Melusine or not? We just let her keep boosting. I think we let her keep her set up here. This is going to be another Nature's Rebuke. But as we play Sigvald. We don't need him round 3 if we have a really big Melusine. I mean, Rebuke off of the Forest Protector. He's probably going to go to kill this. Then we play Sigvald. And that's good. Nope, he's going to go for the Harvest. Probably want to go Sigvald, not the Callus then.
The Valley of Flowers. There is no place more beautiful.
Continent folk will never understand.
Splendid crops this year, and ever they shall be. Leave it to me.
I kneel to Svalblood and Svalblood alone.
It's looking pretty good here. Looking pretty good. We'll just hit this. And go with our restore. We're not going to need that later. We just opened Fukusha, and since he's Devotion, he can't answer it. And we have GG. That's what I'm expecting. Ooh, get out of here. Probably doesn't matter. So put this back in. This will damage itself and summon that. This is probably not good for this round. Dark Mirror, probably kind of a dead card. Let's just do here. Kusha. Melusi's at 24. It's pretty big.
Never find peace.
Kind of see what he has. It's probably going to be Wrath of Broccolon. Question is how much value does he get. You can start doing stuff with Veteran now too. There she is.
May their rotting corpses fertilize our wood.
Seen it all already. And then some.
Heal this by 1. Damage this by 1, so just to heal this turn. Does have Gourd still, which is big.
Dead human.
We have a Dark Mirror. Questions what do we want his Dark Mirror on? Could just hit this so we can't use it. Potentially. It's probably good. Probably our best use. I don't think he has 30. Gore's gonna be like 25 or something because he hasn't played the boosted cards from Bountiful Harvest yet. But there's an Oak. Fine. Fine. How much can we heal here? We can heal 2 and do 2 damage. Probably worth it. We'll just boost her up, I guess. I don't think it's a 32-point gourd. And in fact, it's not. GG. So that's the deck, guys. You can kind of see how it works. It's pretty similar to before as far as what you want to do. You want to get your value from your engine cards, Drakkar, Priest early in the game. You want to set up your Melusine boosting for later on, and then use her as a finisher, reviving her, or use her for engine value with stuff like Nut the Callous, Sigvald. There's very strong combos in here. This is a version with Cerys. Cerys coming in, doing quite well that last game. Other than that, she was okay. It's kind of how she tends to go. If you can get the dream set up with like Melusine, Defender, Nut the Callous, Sigvald, and Cerys in a long round 3, you can do some pretty crazy stuff, but we didn't have that happen here. As far as options to the deck, how it does, by the way, little disappointed we didn't face any Stockpile Siege players. The reason this is so good versus Stockpile Siege is they run no lock, and they run no Heatwave. So the only thing they can do to damage you is their engine card. With their engine cards is just raw damage. Just means Sigvald dominates them when you play him, and they can't remove him. So that's why it's really good there. And then you can just play him early and revive him for like round 2-0. Try to go for a 2-0 round 2. You can just revive him and do that, or you can go for a 3 round. And they just don't have answers to stuff. And when they do ping your stuff, you have heal cards, and you have stuff like Drakkar, you've got Veteran. It works out pretty well versus the Siege decks. That's why I was saying we were playing this, because we were hoping to run to Siege, because there were so many of them earlier. But in the time it took me to take a break and make a deck, they're all gone. Not that I'm going to complain, but that's just the idea behind it, why we're running this. As far as changes, you could swap out, obviously. The big ones are, if you want to go discard package, you can go discard package by cutting Cerys and like Ermion and a couple of the bronzes. I think it's better without discard package, personally, because Cerys is pretty decent in the deck. And discard package takes up a lot of provisions and a lot of card slots, more importantly, right? So you're going to have to run Berna, Coral, Morkvarg, Double Skirmisher, probably 1 Scald, maybe 0 Scalds. It's at least 6 or 7 cards. And these cards are all very synergistic in the deck, so putting in the discard package usually is good for tempo round 1. I don't think you don't need it in this deck. As far as the actual options here, Dark Mirror is a flexible one. If you don't want to go Dark Mirror, it's fine. I just thought it'd be cool in this hand buff or something to kill something. That might be fun. You can also use it on the Sigvald, which is nice, or use it as a secondary restore. Restore is significantly better because it is an alchemy, so you can tutor it out with the Ursine, you can replay it with the Bride of the Sea, so it's really good there. It's also 3 provisions cheaper, so if you're playing Dark Mirror, it's going to be either, if you want to play Dark Mirror, you want to plan on either using it for its damage sometimes, or for using it on the Sigvald sometimes. Other than that, though, Dark Mirror is a flexible one. You could swap out Cerys if you really want. I like Cerys, though. And other than that, it's flexible if you want to change these bronzes, like Squirrel and Ale. You could probably change around if you want, and a Veteran slot and Freya's Blessing. You can change those bronzes if you want. Pellar's not a bad option if you want the Purify. We're running the Unlock from Ale, but if you want the Purify, it lets you play Sigvald in 3 rounds, potentially. So if you have a Purify, even Grimace, because you're playing a bunch of Alchemies, you can refresh him. If you're running into just Siege and want like a full anti-stockpile Siege type of thing, you can run a Purify and Purify the Sigvald round 2 and just replay him in all 3 rounds and use him that way. That could be pretty interesting. So that wouldn't be the worst thing to include here. A Directory of Vol as well for the lock is a really good option here, because you don't have too much control in the deck. The only targeted damage you have is not the Callus, so you could run a Directory of Vol. Also wouldn't hate if you swap out Cerys for a Heat Wave or something like that for a big control card. Depends on what you're running into. That's not a bad choice. You could also cut the Dark Mirror and the Freya's Blessing and a Veteran, and then you could run another 4 provision card, maybe the Pellar, and then you could run the Heat Wave that way as well if you don't want Dark Mirror. That's an option too. But yeah, I think the deck's pretty good. Those are some card options you could go with. I do like it. Self-Wound. Self-Wound's really interesting. It reminds me of kind of like almost like the Warlock from Hearthstone back in the day, right? Where you're trading health for advantages. In this case, you're trading your unit's health for advantages and healing them back up later. It's quite fun. Do like it. But yeah, this is the deck, guys. Hopefully you found this one interesting. If you're running to a bunch of Siege, maybe try this out. Hopefully it does well for you. And we'll be back next time with a new one. That'll be it for this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more. And you can check out some more videos over here. And thanks for watching.